Hello, nerds watching all over the internet. It is Thursday night, September 19th, and we're here for another exciting live edition of Wrestle Rewind. Yahoo! That's right, folks. We're another Thursday night to talk about all the exciting things happening in the world of pro wrestling. We're talking matches, we're talking title defenses, we're talking awesome segments, OMG moments, hardcore wrestling, big, incredible marquee pay-per-view events, and guiding you in this journey is your host. I am Jose Casabona. I am also the host, the founder, executive producer, and content manager of the Ravens Flock channel. And on behalf of all of us on this channel, we appreciate you tuning in tonight. And joining behind the camera is the host of the Black Files, my tag partner for Wrestle Rewind, a man who puts in the hours behind all the videos on his channel every single week. Say his name and he appears. I believe in Mr. Juan Rouse.
Goddamn right. Thank you for that introduction, Jose. Don't you ever forget the mystery.
Of course. And much like all our other shows, folks, we are simulcasting on YouTube and Kick. Hit the subscribe or the follow button on the bottom right corner of your screen. Click the bell icon to enable notifications. Leave your questions and comments below. We'll answer as many as we can. And if you wish to go above and beyond to support the Ravens Flock, then you can become an Inner Flocker. For $4.99 a month, you'll have access to all the perks that comes with our membership. Juan, tell them.
Well, for all the Inner Flockers we've got in our chat, and I know we have plenty, go ahead and show off those lovely membership badges and custom emojis, letting everyone know that you're here to help rescue the Ravens Flock from the clutches of late-stage capitalism to become full-time streamers. Since 2013, we've been working hard and staying strong to make your voice our mission. The only thing standing in our way these days is the fact we have to work 9-to-5 jobs just to keep the lights on. However, there's a simple solution to that, and all it requires is what you guys have been doing for us this whole time, and that's continuing to give us your support. Spread the word. Let everyone know about the hard work the Ravens Flock has been doing for over 10 years, helping bring the true voice to the nerd community out to the world at large. Within time, we'll have more subscribers, and more subscribers means more Inner Flockers, and by then, we'll be able to quit our regular day jobs and work for you and work for ourselves. With your help, we can and will succeed. You also get access to members first and members only content, a special discount to our merch store, link in the description below, and you also get access to us, the Ravens Flock, your favorite motley crew of nerds here to make your voice our mission. By providing us with thoughts, you put your feedback and your ideas to better shape the future of this channel to suit your tastes and needs. Hey, up in the chat so far, we got Vicente Guerrero here in the chat. He's saying this has to be Scott Levy's #1 favorite podcast of all wrestling review shows on the tube. Yeah, quote the Raven, flock off.
Quote the Raven, deal with it.
Yeah, we're not infringing on any copyrights.
That being said, I have nothing negative to say about Raven. He's one of my favorite wrestlers from ECW, and he also helped put Ring of Honor on the map.
That's true.
That being said,
yeah, Jose, exactly what is it that we do here on Wrestle Rewind?
Well, here on Wrestle Rewind, we review 3 of the most exciting professional wrestling programs in North America's today. That is WWE's NXT, AEW Dynamite, and TNA Impact. So, where are we right now in the landscape? We're right now on the
wrestling landscape.
On the wrestling landscape, we are on the road to WWE's Survivor Series. It is Survivor Series season, which is in November. But right now, we just wrapped up a pay-per-view event over for TNA. TNA Victory Road was last Friday, September 13th. More on that later. And we're closing in about less than 2 weeks for the official televised debut of WWE NXT on the CW network, live in Chicago, Illinois. And next week on September 25th, it's also going to be another TV special. AEW Dynamite Grand Slam makes their return at the Arthur Ashe Stadium in our hometown, Queens, New York.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, it's always a treat when it's in Queens. I mean, come on. How often do we get to say a wrestling event is coming to Queens?
How often do we get to say AEW is selling out their arena?
Ooh.
Exactly. Shut your whore mouth.
You know, a long time ago, they did sell out. But now, they may have completely sold out.
You know what I think what their problem is?
What do you think is their problem?
It's not the fact that it's not just the fact that their leadership is a complete man-child who has absolutely no sense of patience, booking, business acumen, or basic levels of human competence,
or doesn't know how to, act like a grown-up.
But I do believe that, considering that I do not hold back in calling him out for being a coked out dweeb. There's nothing wrong with wanting to keep pep in your step, but I believe that his main problem is the fact that he is not getting the right kind of motivation. He's not getting the right kind of energy.
Whoa, Would you say it's high time for him to step off the white gimmick and
get off the magic dragon,
and try something a little different?
Yeah, like glitch energy, motherfuckers! Glitch energy, specially formulated smart energy blend, keeps you running strong all day long, just like the Ravens flock, whether it's for work or for play, and they can do so with 0 sugar, 0 carbs, 0 calories, 0 lag, and 0 crash. Glitch energy also comes in a wide variety of different flavors to suit your tastes and needs, just like the programming here at the Ravens flock. And if you head to glitchenergy.com and use our promo code FlockFuel, you get 20% off of your order with Glitch Energy. And that's not the only thing that's important about being hooked up with Glitch, is it, Jose?
That's right. What's most important to us, the customers, is of course the taste and the flavor. But fortunately, Glitch has got you covered, because if you go onto glitchenergy.com, you will see that they have a large selection of different combination energy blends to choose from, and they're coming out with new flavors. Sometimes every week, sometimes not every week, but it's amazing how many new flavors that they come out in their frequency.
Exactly. That's why we know that Glitch Energy wouldn't steer you wrong, because we know we haven't steered you wrong. We've been sampling these flavors all year long here at here at the Ravens flock, and we have not been disappointed in any of them. So just as when we say this stuff, it's the Glitch Energy has the Ravens flock seal of approval over here.
Hells yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Zay.
And on that subject, we here in the Ravens flock would like to thank Glitch Energy for partnering with us. You guys have been freaking awesome. Thank you so very much, and we really appreciate you guys. And no, you have not made any mistakes on our end.
It's just been a gag. It's a promo gag. It's a promo.
Yeah,
let's cut promos.
We don't believe in mistakes here on this channel. We believe in winning, either winning or learning.
You mean or happy accidents?
Happy accidents, yes, as the famous Bob Ross would say.
Exactly. Yep. Head to glitchenergy.com. Use our promo code FlockFuel for 20% off your purchase.
Hello, Wings of Eternal Night. How are you doing? How are you doing? How's your family? How's your daughter? How's your everything?
We hope you're doing well tonight, Wings. Over here, Michelle.
Because I'm sure you've got another story to tell.
And Mr. Quake is in the chat. Hey up, Mr. Quake. How's it going, buddy?
And just as I said it.
Like right on cue, Jose. Yeah, Wings of Eternal Night said, we touched down in Ireland a few hours ago. We're safely home in Galway with my mother. Awesome. I'm really happy to hear that. I'm glad that you guys managed to get to Ireland safely.
I'm sure it must have been one hell of a trip.
And Mr. Quake, Drax versus Vampire Triple H?
No, Drax. Heads.
No, yeah, sorry. Okay, yeah. Triple H is a vampire character in Blade Trinity. Okay, I remember that. Yeah, no.
But the wrestler / football players in the longest yard have a better chance at beating Drax than Triple H vampire.
No, I remember that. And Mr. Quake, Vicente was telling Mr. Quake how he was one of the few who watched Blade Trinity in theaters. Triple H was okay, not great in it. Yeah, he jobbed off to Deadpool before Deadpool got to Deadpool. Yeah, they got over it. That's because, what's his face? David S. Goyer was one of the co-writers in the of Blade 1 and 2, but then he was allowed to direct, so probably don't let him direct shit.
All right, well, enough talk about the follies of cinema. Let's go ahead and talk about wrestling. Juan, ring that bell.
Don't mind if I do.
All right, we're going to start things off by discussing this week's edition of WWE NXT. Like I said, these guys are heating up for their TV debut on the CW network on October 1st. And before we get to that, we have to put pen and paper. And when I mean pen and paper, I mean pen to paper. When I mean pen to paper, I mean the main event of the TV debut, which is Ethan Page defending the NXT title against Trick Williams. So we open up with what's supposed to be a contract signing moderated by NXT General Manager Ava. And then Trick Williams, of course, he came down to a massive pop, because who's gonna boo Trick Williams?
Tricky, can't you see? How your tricks have hypnotized me.
Ha.
That's a dig on Diddy because Biggie is the one who made Diddy. Fuck you, Diddy.
Yeah, exactly. No, listen, we don't want to talk about that diddly dingler here, okay?
Yeah, the diddler. Yeah, no. If you wanted to talk about him though, or if you want to check in on that, just tune in and give us a replay on last night's edition of the Black Files, where we discussed P. Diddy getting sent to jail. And then not getting any bail at all.
Exactly, folks. Go ahead and watch that episode on the replay. Juan will share that link very shortly. So getting back to it. So, of course, the fans are all happy about it. Trick Williams is excited. He can't wait to put down the NXT champion. But then out comes Ethan Page. And Ethan Page completely cuts the proceedings. And he makes a declaration that he did not steal the NXT title, that he has earned it, that he is the face of NXT. Me, as he would like to proclaim.
Motherfucker, please don't try us with that. You literally tripped on yourself and pinned someone by accident. Don't try that happy horse shit with us.
Of course, Trick Williams isn't going to settle for this happy horse shit. He continued to trash talk Ethan Page until Ethan has heard enough. He attacks Trick Williams right in front of him, lays him out with the ego's edge, and power bombs Trick Williams through the contract signing table.
Oh.
Because where has that ever been a contract signing where it did not end in physical calamity?
Thank you for that punk line. Remember that it is important.
Oh yeah, by the way, this edition of WWE NXT, aka, this isn't going to be the first time I'm going to hear Juan squeal over CM Punk. We haven't gotten there yet, shut up! The fuck, Juancho? Get your foot off the gas pedal. Well, he's not there yet. I haven't even gotten there yet. Come on. So yes, Trick Williams has been given a stern message from the NXT champion. And of course, Ava takes it very well.
Why? Ava, what the shit?
Ava takes it very well. She is very disappointed. But what's important is that neither one of the contenders has signed the freaking contract to make it official. We gotta get it pen to paper, boys.
You hold on. You mean to tell me we had the contract signing angle, but the contract wasn't signed?
No.
That's how?
Oh, but don't worry, Juancho. We have the entire show of NXT to make sure they sign the damn contract. Because you will sign, damn it! Okay. You will put your John Hancock on this piece of wood!
It's not wood, it's paper.
Shut up! Papers comes from wood, trees.
Yeah, but it's still not wood anymore.
Well, it's like flimsy wood. It's like 5% wood.
No, it's not.
1%!
No.
0.5?
I'm just gonna move to the next graphic.
Let's move to the next graphic.
But what's her face? Did Ava actually point all this shit out and say, like, mark my words, we're getting this contract signed tonight?
Yes. In backstage segments, she vows to have that contract signed, and it will happen later tonight. But now let's get.
Okay, so it's not a continuity error. It's an actual thing. Like, no, motherfuckers, we got business to take care of, and I won't rest until it's done.
Exactly.
Okay, good. So she's good at her job. Thank you.
But now let's get to the exciting match of the night, and a match I've been wanting to talk about, and I've been very excited to watch, and it is a tag match, player.
Holla, holla.
Oh, yes, of the gothic women variety, which is my wheelhouse.
Spooky and crazy chicks unite.
I know.
Every flavor of chicks that Jose likes. The match.
Yay.
Ever. Yeah, no, I'm sorry, but there's no denying it.
Yeah, no, there is no denying. Oh no, you could have left it as a big one. That was fun. That's better. Fuck it, cut his foot off. Anyways.
No, I'm not going to cut off Teddy Long's foot. Shit, what's wrong
So anyways, we get to the tag match. Raw superstar Lyra Valkyria reunites with Tatum Paxley to take on the demonic duo of the demon assassin Rosemary from TNA and Wendy Chu.
Okay, so from left to right, in the spectrum of chicks Jose is into, we have a gothic chick who's got feathers in her outfit. She's got black feathers in her outfit.
Hey, she's like a dancing
black feathers.
Whatever.
crazy gothic chick with dark hair, crazy gothic chick with blonde hair, and Asian crazy gothic chick. Huh. Yeah, no, every single one of these women is 100% your fucking type! Don't you deny it! You can rag on me marking out over CM Punk till the cows come home and until you're blue in the fucking face, but don't you deny it, Jose! Every one of these women is your fucking type! You silly moo cow man!
Yes.
Good!
What are you looking for? A divine intervention?
No. I'm glad that you're accepting that. I'm glad that you're proud enough to let me shout it and announce it to the whole world.
Besides, according to the live chat, Mr. Quake shares my same love for emo chicks. What's he say? Jose is like
Rebel Taxi?
Jose is like Rebel Taxi. What? Rebel
Tatum Paxley is Daphne 2.0.
Oh.
Maybe, I guess.
Maybe, I guess.
Kinda.
Anyways, so this was an amazing tag team match.
Are you sure you watched the match?
Yes.
Are you sure you watched the moves?
Yes.
And the reversals?
If you quit interrupting me, I'll get to it.
And the storytelling in the match?
Yes. Oh my God.
And you weren't just ogling at all four of these women?
Hey, I know when to turn it off.
Are you sure about that?
Yes. Unlike you, who can't turn it off anytime Jordan Grace is on your screen. You see what I mean, folks? Also, shut up!
No. Marlon Brando.
All right, this was an absolutely amazing tag team match. Tatum Paxley and Lyra Valkyria have amazing tag team chemistry despite being billed as like this weird odd couple. They do a lot of tag spots. They do double elbow drops onto Rosemary. They do double drop kicks onto both heels simultaneously. And then they did that one cool move that Lyra does where she does like a diving drop kick through the ring ropes. And she hangs on and it's so awesome and it's so cool.
Yay!
Yeah, but of course, you know, the heels have their own array of offense. Tatum Paxley absorbed a lot of punishment against Wendy Chu and against Rosemary. Rosemary, of course, punishing the hell out of Tatum Paxley with German suplexes and lots of other sicko moves. But then, and we also got a top rope, like, not a superplex spot, but it's a really cool spot because we go over to the top turnbuckle and Wendy Chu or Rosemary, I'm trying to remember which is which, but I'm trying to remember who did it. I'm trying to remember who did it.
Okay, I was about to say.
Hold your pitchfork, Juan.
You're trying to, no, the names don't matter. They are just all my waifus for liefus.
All right, I don't Rosemary did an incredible over-the-shoulder, belly-to-belly suplex from the top turnbuckle, laying out Tatum Paxley in the middle of the ring, and that was fucking awesome.
Cool.
Hells yeah, cool. Yep. And of course, Lyra Valkyria was able to help offering her assistance, hitting her with a combination strikes, hitting the Northern Light suplex onto Rosemary, only getting a 2 count. And then as we close into the finish of the match, Lyra Valkyria lays out Wendy Chu with her spinning heel kick. Tatum Paxley hits the Psycho Driver onto Rosemary. I know that's not what it's officially called, but I'm calling it because it fits. And then Lyra Valkyria soars from the top turnbuckle and lays out Rosemary with a diving leg drop at the back of her neck to pin and win. Your winners, Lyra Valkyria and Tatum Paxley. Fuck yeah, this show was awesome! I love this match!
Congratulations.
I'm a cracked out seal right now!
Jose, here's an oldie but goldie for you. There you go. It's an ancient reference to some of our old episodes of the Ravens Flock, folks. Look it up.
Well, thank you for that callback. But yeah, no, this is such a great match, and Rosemary is doing one hell of a job in putting over Tatum Paxley and Lyra Valkyria, while also maintaining her, while not losing her aura, while not losing her own shine in this tag team feud. I love it.
Nicely done. All right, let me take a look at the chat before we continue. Earlier, Vicente said Powerbomb my 8th page was done by Vader and Sid in mind. With Vader and Sid in mind. All Eagles tribute to the masters of the Powerbomb when the team happened in 1993. Cool. Let's see. Tatum, Rosemary, and Chu should be in a faction. I love emo chicks. Let's see here. Jose's like Rebel Taxi. I mean, you, Juan, is like Rebel Taxi, who likes goth chicks. Jose loves crazy chicks. Well, I like chicks of all
I like crazy and goth chicks. What are you talking about?
Right, exactly. Let me see. What else in the chat over here? I've got, Vicente. I'm doing okay. Wesley Snipes hated Blade Trinity because the script was fucked. Ryan Reynolds' jokes did not help either. Yeah, you're right. Let's see here. Love all 4 of these women. All that's missing is Abaddon and Rosemary scissoring, or Abaddon being there at all. Reverse friendship and betrayal. Walrus, Paul E. Dangerously. Oro versus Lexus King. I watched MSNBC 31 yeets ago. Oh, yeah.
Yeet. Yeet. All right. Now let's get to the exciting Wait, hang on a minute. Juan, keep the audience talking. I need to change because I need to be dressed appropriately for this.
Okay, well, give me a minute. Early tag for now.
Yep, this isn't a hot tag. It's just an awkward tag.
Yeah, there you go. I'll throw your cushion anyway. Okay, so, I don't need to be angry to be tagged in. I can talk about good things that I like. Okay, so let me tell you about something that totally pisses me off. No, I'm kidding. I'm really liking how well the balance is happening with the NXT TNA cross-pollination collaboration thing, partnership that's happening, the cross-promotional partnership. It's great, and I'm all for it. Every single one of the wrestlers from TNA have been showing their chops and have been doing excellent work in NXT, boosting their own profile, representing TNA profile, and all at the same time doing well in the matches. I can't leave if you're not tagged in.
Fine.
There you go. There you go.
All right. Yes, folks, I am back, and it's now time to talk about the exciting segment of the night featuring multi-time WWE and AEW World Champion,
the real World Champion,
CM Punk. All right, CM Punk made his return to NXT. The fans love him. CM Punk got on the mic, and he first got a little silly with the crowd, mentioning how he used to for the longest time since coming back to WWE, he would be incognito, like sitting amongst the NXT crowd, watching the shows, and how fans would point out, "Oh snap, he's here!"
Not like the motherfucker could hide.
I know, right? He also mentioned that he loves NXT, he loves the energy, he loves how the brand has been developing the stars of tomorrow, and how CM Punk might be a little bit more involved with NXT.
You
could see him going one-on-one against maybe Carmelo Hayes. And he also teased that perhaps he might go one-on-one against Braun Breaker.
Wait, Braun Breaker's not NXT, he's Raw. He's the IC champion.
Well, yeah, I think he's talking about, like, the NXT alumni, but regardless.
Because I was saying, like, dude, that's not how any of it works.
It's okay. No worries, then. But getting back to it. So, Shawn Michaels invites him down to NXT through what Punk is saying, and Punk has a fascinating idea. He has a big announcement to give to the crowd, and just as he's about to share the announcement, he is interrupted by his presumably adopted daughter, the NXT Women's Champion, Roxanne Perez. Boy!
I think Roxy's awesome. Obviously, like, we all know the jokes of her and Cora Jade being the adopted daughters of Punk and AJ. It's funny. It's a gag. We're all just like, ha-ha, tee-hee-hee, ha-ha, because they're all good friends, and they all look, it's just have fun with it.
By the way, Juancho, fun fact for you, Roxanne Perez was the first inaugural Ring of Honor Women's World Champion when she was 18 years old.
That tracks.
Yeah, that prodigy moniker, that's not just a thing.
Oh, I'm totally aware. It's a shame that she couldn't stick around and see what the glorious Ring of Honor has become.
maybe it's for the. You know what? To quote Cody Rhodes, she's in the she's in the right place.
Yeah, she's in a better place.
She's in a good place right now.
Yeah. She's.
Oh, but not in this segment. She is not in a good place. Right, staring in front of her de facto dad. She gets on the mic and she first brags and she gets a little giggly because she's sharing the ring with CM Punk and how she grew up being a fan of CM Punk, and she mentioned that she also preferred AJ Lee a little bit more, and I got the fans to chant for AJ. AJ Lee, please come back to wrestling.
AJ, we miss you. Your abs are insane, woman.
Yes.
I mean, seriously, have you looked at those things? Like, I've seen AJ Lee's abs, and they said that they're shredded.
I know, AJ Lee's abs are so fucking shredded, it makes Dolph Ziggler's abs look like he's got a beer keg.
Seriously.
That being said, Roxanne Perez then turned the tables around on Punk, saying that now that she sees him currently in WWE, she wished that she was a Drew McIntyre fan.
Oh, the fucking nerve of this little brat, this heathen, this little Jezebel, this traitor, this little witch. How dare she? Roar! Okay, you get it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, sorry, that was good.
Yep.
That was good.
Roxanne Perez continued to brag on how she is the best NXT Women's Champion in the company's history, and she also of course shits on her opponent Julia in their upcoming match, and now she mentioned that CM Punk's just here just to get a little NXT spotlight, just to get a little rub off the champ. It's understandable, and then CM Punk.
Wait. Roxy, were those? Was that like an exact quote?
No, not an exact quote.
Okay, did she specifically say that you're here to get to grab spotlight and get a rub from the champ?
Yeah,
she said that.
Something like that.
So, Roxy, you want Punk to rub you?
Not like that.
You want Punk to rub off you?
Get your head out of the gutter.
No, I mean, just phrasing.
Anyways. So, CM Punk, of course, no, you're good. Roxanne Perez definitely got on Punk's skin, but Punk, being the veteran, doing this for many, many years, he claps back.
Oh, okay. There are a few cardinal rules when it comes to the world of professional wrestling. One of them is, don't attack the referee, you will be disqualified. Another is the heel will always try to find a way to cheat in order to win. But a much less known rule, because of how so many fucking people have crossed that rule, is don't challenge CM Punk to a trash talk session. You will lose miserably.
Now, thankfully, it wasn't as scathing. CM Punk first mentioned that he appreciates an overconfident champion like Roxanne Perez.
Overconfident.
And he mentioned that he used to have a chip on his shoulder as a champion, and the chip would be the size of Roxanne herself. Short joke. Yeah. I have short jokes on myself, but I dare not incur the wrath of Dragon Fang, K-Storm, and Ziana Rose Cosby.
Yeah, they will. They're like chihuahuas.
They'll shrink me down to size.
Yeah, they'll
Also, I just made a short joke.
I'm so thankful they're not watching.
Anyway, so he mentions He mentioned that he remembered on Monday Night Raw how we saw a match between Bianca Belair and Io Sky and how they tore the roof off, but Roxanne Perez is a better fit for Monday Night Raw because she may be the best women's wrestler in all of WWE, but he mentioned that that ain't gonna mean shit if she loses to Julia on October 1st.
Oh my god, that's wonderful. Bro, thank you for chopping little Missy down to size.
Exactly, and just to drop her down to size even closer to ground level, out comes Julia, and Julia got on the mic and she had very few words to say. All she said was, the countdown is on, and your time is almost up.
To which apparently Roxy was looking to try to jump Julia.
It's like watching that Chihuahua from freaking Oliver and Company, who's barking
Played
at the
by
big
Tommy
dog.
Chong.
Who's played by Tommy Chong, who's going after those two big dogs. He's like, come on, let me out.
Not Tommy Chong, Cheech Martin.
Cheech Martin.
Yeah, shit, man. Seriously?
And CM Punk has to hold back that Chihuahua.
Well, he's got experience in taking care of tiny dogs.
All the jokes.
Get it? Guys, that's a layered joke, by the way. I'm secretly calling her a little bit of a bitch. Shh! Don't tell Roxy, though. She's not that bright. I don't think she'll catch the reference. But don't tell her. It's a secret.
That being said, we really don't know what the big announcement yet because CM Punk hasn't got a chance to share it. But later on NXT, there will be a huge surprise. As for this segment, this was great. Roxanne Perez sharing the ring with CM Punk has got to be an incredible moment for Roxanne.
Right. Okay, we know of them all getting to hang out in the Performance Center and all of them, learning from each other, Roxy keeping, Punk on his toes with how the new generation are rolling around in the ring, Punk trying to impart his wisdom as best as he can to others, a more receptive audience, aka people who actually want to fucking do their jobs right. Looking at you, Hangnail. So getting to actually have this chemistry on screen while keeping their personas up, mwah, chef's kiss. And Julia, she did her part perfectly fine, no notes.
Exactly. All right.
In the chat, Julia will win just like Paige, Cora, CM Punk, Roxy, AJ Lee, Julia, and Paige. He's thinking that's like a faction of some kind. Weedman, Cheech Martin. Let them fight, hold me back, haha. Yeah.
Haters can say what they want about Punk being injury prone or never been good in the ring, but Phil has always been the king on the stick, and no, not ever bad in the ring.
Yeah, no, listen, Punk has always been an excellent performer in the ring. He knows his technical shit, and he can roll with the best of them. He could do high flyer moves, he could do heavy man moves, which was what makes him an effective professional wrestler. The key here is how to blend it all and how to tell the story in the ring.
Exactly. But now let's move on to the match of the night. This match I really didn't care for because on the grand scheme of things, the storyline is kind of forgettable. It's a match between Ashante the Adonis versus Eddie Thorpe.
Okay, one thing. Why is Ashante the Adonis cosplaying as Bad Bunny?
I don't know why he's doing that cosplay, but either way, if he wouldn't last long in the San Juan street fight if he couldn't keep up against Eddie Thorpe. Which, by the way, like I said, this was a missable match, so I'll just get straight to the end. Eddie Thorpe pretty much beat the shit out of Ashante the Adonis after Ashante spent some time trying to flirt with some of the women in the audience section of NXT. Because that's his thing apparently. He's flirting with people. I don't fucking know anymore, man.
You know who he could be flirting with?
Who?
Winning.
Unfortunately,
unfortunately, winning shot him down.
Well, let's just say, yeah, he's not very good at hard to get, or rather hard to win. Eddie Thorpe wins this match. I really don't care for this storyline. You can literally cut this off, and you wouldn't miss anything.
Okay. All right.
Now, the good news is there were no bad segments of the night, so we're going to go straight to the main event segment because the contract needs to be signed, damn it! And thankfully, NXT General Manager Ava has employed the assistance of a certain basketball player from the Indiana Pacers.
Who?
I forgot his name!
You forgot his name. Nice going, Mr. Fearless Leader, executive producer, content manager of the channel, fucking host of Wrestle Wrewind. Fucking do your homework, man. Shit.
Listen, I have a hard time memorizing the names of all the new people of NXT. Give me a break.
Sounds like excuses. So what's this guy's name again?
Hang on. Tyrese Halliburton. Man, that's quite a name.
Okay.
Tyrese Halliburton, he plays for the Indiana Pacers, and he's there to moderate the contract signing, and eventually Trick Williams and Ethan Page were able to sign the contract after some more back and forth banter between the two. And just as Halliburton was about to leave, he then brings in a surprise, or rather, he brings in somebody else to bring in the surprise for this main event.
An act so nice, we brought it out twice.
CM Punk goes down to the ring and has announced that on October 1st, on the CW Network debut of NXT, in the main event, Ethan Page versus Trick Williams for the NXT title, live in Chicago, CM Punk will be the special guest referee.
Ha ha!
And then afterwards, the whole thing ends with the pull apart with Trick Williams and Ethan Page brawling.
So basically, a Pier 6 brawl.
Pier 6 brawl.
Yay, Pier 6 brawl!
Yay!
Okay. I see why. No wonder this Tyrese Halliburton guy from the Indiana Pacers over here. No wonder he wasn't. Yeah. No wonder he wasn't. All that memorable. Apparently he had...
Hey, I would boo too if I were an Orlando Magic fan.
Yeah, no, apparently when he came out to the ring, people were booing him, and his response was, I would boo too if I had to be an Orlando Magic fan.
Yeah.
Ow.
So he had to break the glass to get an emergency CM Punk out here and be like, yo, Punk, listen, I may have said something shitty about the Orlando...
Say less, pal.
Okay, going. All right, peace out, dude. It's all yours.
Tag.
Ethan Page, Trick Williams, yours.
I love This Fire Burns. Yeah, no, This Fire Burns is a cool song.
Jose makes deep dish pizza. I would love deep dish pizza.
No.
But don't ask me to make it.
No.
I'll put in a DiGiorno.
Okay. Are you talking a regular deep dish pizza, or are you talking the Chicago style deep dish pizza? That's a sin against nature. That's the one thing that I will hold against Chicago is their pizza. It's not real pizza.
I'm not gonna make one, but I will order one.
Not only is it not a good pizza, it's not pizza. All right, it's a casserole. It's a casserole in a bread bowl. Okay. All right?
If
you don't believe me, ask Jon Stewart. New York pizza's the best.
You're going to get a lot of backlash from Chicago.
As long as you don't... listen, we can love CM Punk together. We can hate AEW being stupid together. But don't ask me to share Chicago-style deep dish pizza with
I don't know. I remember a long time ago when we were children, Juancho, and you had your first Chicago deep dish pizza. And
Do you want to know why, Jose? Do you want to know why?
Enjoyed it. Why?
Because it wasn't actually Chicago-style. The cheese was actually on top of the sauce.
Oh, they fucked up.
No, they did it properly. That I can forgive. But if you have the cheese under the sauce, like Chicago-style pizza, then you're a heretic, and you're a sinner, and you shall burn in hell. Mr. Geek Me Out is in the chat. Hey up, Mr. Geek Me Out. Welcome to Wrestle Rewind. CM Punk was on the newest episode of Heels. Yep. He played Ricky Rabbit or whatever. I forgot. Yeah, and he wears a hilarious mohawk fucking mullet wig.
It's pretty cool.
Let me see. Punk special referee, Chicago, Brooklyn is good too. I love the crust. Shout out to Domino's. Well, Juancho, CM Punk might say Chicago pizza is the best in the world. Well, that's perfectly okay. There's no such thing as bad sex or bad pizza. However, Chicago-style pizza is like having sex with a cardboard box.
Well, screw you then. You don't get a WWE ice cream bar.
Does it have my name on it?
What?
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, all right. Now let's shift gears and let's go over to this week's edition of AEW Dynamite.
Like the fuse, hit the boom, Dynamite!
That's right. AEW Dynamite opens up with an explosive one-on-one match. These two former rivals are running it back from their rivalry back in 2020 during the pandemic era with less mimosas and less COVID.
And 99% less viewers.
Well, yes. It's a one-on-one match between the Learning Tree, Chris Jericho, going up against freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy. Thank you. I'm in agony anytime Orange Cassidy takes up the screen.
I'm in agony anytime Chris Jericho's on the screen.
All right, so
let's agonize together, shall we?
Now, to their credit, Orange Cassidy and Chris Jericho, surprisingly, they had a very competitive match. More competitive than I was expecting for an opener, but hey, you gotta liven up the crowd somehow, right? So,
all 2,000 of them.
They fought in the ring, and then they eventually took the battle at ringside, where we had a funny moment where Chris Jericho tries to stomp Orange Cassidy's head onto the security barricade with both feet, with his first with his left foot and then with his right foot, but he keeps missing each time, so that was a little funny. And Orange Cassidy was able to fight back against Jericho before they both returned to the wrestling ring. And after some more back and forth action, we get back from commercial break, and both men are just fucking spent. They're like just yelling at each other, and they're exchanging right hand blows against each other, left and right, and then Chris Jericho was able to get the better of the exchange. He mocks Orange Cassidy a little bit by doing his hand in pocket shtick. Orange Cassidy, he then does his own like Orange Cassidy mudhole stomps, where he starts off by lazy kicking and then he goes into real stomping, which at this point that's his gimmick, and he's not going to change for anybody. That being said, getting back to the match, no, we have some really cool moments here. Orange Cassidy hits 3 variants of a DDT. He hits a regular DDT, a satellite DDT, and he jumps from the top rope and plants Jericho with a DDT. But Chris Jericho was able to kick out after 2, so that was cool. And then Orange Cassidy tries to go in for another for the beach break. Chris Jericho was able to counter, hit the walls of Jericho. Orange Cassidy was able to break out of the submission hold though, and then he tries to go in for the orange punch, but Jericho intercepts him and hits him with the code breaker. But Cassidy was able to kick out after 2. And we also got some ringside shenanigans with the Redwood, Big Bill trying to get involved in the match, but he was chased off by Kyle O'Reilly, who's part of the Conglomerate, aka this group of people in AEW who we have no idea what to deal with, but we're going to put them together and we're going to make it work.
Wait, who's their manager again?
The Conglomerate?
Yeah.
The Conglomeration. It's just a slap together team of Mark Briscoe, Kyle O'Reilly, Orange Cassidy, and a 4th guy whose name I forgot. But it's just a bunch of randos put together with no theme, no gimmicks, and they're just the Conglomeration. So
it's just Tony Khan being a mark.
It's just Tony Khan being stupid. But
okay.
Yeah, anyways. So getting back to it, Orange Cassidy was then able to hit the beach break onto Chris Jericho, and then he finally connects with the orange punch onto Jericho to pin and win. Your winner, freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna be real truthful here. Like, yeah, the match was good. Jericho knows how to keep up in pace with the younger guys. Good for him. But I am just sick and tired of seeing these guys shoved on our faces every week. Neither one of these guys has ever heard of a concept of a vacation. Say what you want about Jon Moxley, but at least he knows when to take a vacation, and he did. You could stop now. What? I am actually being serious. Thank you. Also, the learning tree gimmick has long lived its shelf life already. Like, it was funny.
He has to trademark all these lines, Yeah, he's trying to trademark hi guys and thanks guys.
How many more shirts can I make?
How many more fucking trademarks can Jericho buy?
Jesus, man.
Jesus Christ. Heaven. Also, Lisa Boo made her way in the chat. Hey up, Lisa Boo. Thank you for popping in real quick. We appreciate you being here.
Yay! All right, we got some back and forth between Vicente and Mr. Quake. Go for it, Juan.
Let's see here. I loved Orange Julius. He put in the effort. Orange Cassidy needs more depth. He needs a better gimmick than his stupidity. Jose and Juan really must have been at odds when Jericho versus Cassidy main evented an AEW pay-per-view once. Yeah, no, we weren't at odds. We were both suffering together. Jericho has a big ego. Jericho's a workaholic. Orange has potential but needs more effort. Yeah, no, Orange Cassidy needs to quit being an idiot. There. Learning Tree's passing.
Oh, yeah, the fourth guy in the conglomeration is...
Tomohiro Ishii.
Tomohiro Ishii. Get that guy out of there.
Like, get all of it out of there.
Get all of it out of there.
This is just sad. Mark Briscoe deserves better.
Mark Briscoe does deserve... He's the Ring of Honor World Champion. What are you doing slapping him in a freaking...
Who?
Nothing faction.
In what?
Oh, God.
He's a what? He's the what World Champion?
I know what you're doing.
No, he's what?
You're devaluing Ring of Honor. Or rather, they're devaluing Ring of Honor.
Exactly! Roxy didn't become the inaugural Ring of Honor Women's World Champion just for this shit to be happening! Fuck, man, Jesse Eisenberg.
Now let's get to the exciting match of the night, and this is a one-on-one fast-paced action with the Beast Mortos, the former Black Taurus from TNA, goes up against the former WWE Speed Champion, Ricochet.
Oh, okay. So this match was good?
This match was actually pretty good.
It was enjoyable. It was a great feat of technical high-flying finesse.
It was, and apparently these two guys had beef back in the old days of Lucha Underground.
Where?
Lucha Underground?
Where?
Oh God, here we go. Not again.
Huh? Exactly.
Yeah, because Tony Khan expects the wrestling nerds.
Sickos to know everything.
He expects the wrestling nerds.
No, not nerds. The sickos.
The sickos. Jesus, man.
Fucking nerd.
Tony, read your audience. Not everyone follows wrestling as religiously as you do.
Some of us have sex.
Yes, some of us actually have lives outside of wrestling, okay? Like, I watch wrestling, but I don't go that religious into wrestling. I don't go there and watch, like, all the shit from New Japan or shit from Lucha Underground or Pro Wrestling Noah or etc., etc.
Some of us have sex for free.
Yes. Something I know a lot. Well, I'm not even going to get there anyways. But no, this match was pretty fun. Ricochet versus the Beast Mortos. And once again, the Beast Mortos gets a lot of offense onto Ricochet. This is the second match on Dynamite where Ricochet is giving a lot of, sustaining a lot of punishment against his opponent. Sammy Guevara was dominating Ricochet 90% of the time before Ricochet won last week. And now in this case, it's the Beast Mortos. Now, Mordos, of course, using his combination of power moves and lucha moves to keep Ricochet grounded. Ricochet was able to mount a little bit of offense. He hits a nice He hits a nice tope suicida from the top rope, annihilating the Beast Mortos at ringside. And there was another cool spot where both guys were at the top turnbuckle and they were fighting back and forth. The Beast Mortos got the best of the exchange. And what the Beast Mortos did is that he did a military press slam from the top turnbuckle. Like, hoisted up Ricochet over his shoulders, standing on the top turnbuckle. He leaps down, and just as he leaps down, he also drops Ricochet into the canvas.
Ow!
Ow, indeed. And then, of course, we have a moment where Ricochet botches a move. He tries to go for an axe kick, and he misses Mortos' head by like a few inches, which I'm pretty sure Botchamania is going to catch.
Yeah, no kidding here, Jose. Speaking of which, I'm actually looking for that specific fucking botch right now, so you keep going.
If you can find a GIF, I'll
Oh, no, there's no need for a GIF. It's there somewhere.
Yeah. Ricochet goes for that for that miss of a kick, and then he hits the Beast Mortos with the Vertigo finishing move to pin and win. Your winner, Ricochet.
All right, I'm just gonna search it over here. Give me a minute.
Yeah, no, apparently, and this is something I've been reading up. Apparently, since coming to AEW, Ricochet has been a little more botchy this time than he was in WWE.
Do you know why? Because he's working with trash. Sorry, you can talk all that good shit about, Ricochet looks so good, he's doing, they have such a great rivalry from back in the day, and back in the day, they did so much good things back in the day, and do you remember that thing they did back in the day? Yeah, I remember the thing back in the day, dude, no one gives a shit. But what they do give a shit about is what they're doing in the fucking ring. And what are they doing in the fucking ring?
They actually did pretty good, aside from that miss of an axe kick.
Aside from the
that
axe kick. I'm actually trying to find it. Did he pull it down?
I don't know. I think you have to type in Ricochet, and I think you might be able to find it. You narrow your search.
Yeah, give me a second over here, because this is depressing. I know I didn't fucking miss it. Oh, geez, hang on a minute.
No, it's okay. We're going to find it, folks. We're going to find it. But yeah, like I said, this was a fun match, and of course, Ricochet is building his momentum, and currently he's being booked to face off against Will Ospreay on the October 2nd edition of AEW Dynamite.
All right, give me a second. I'm trying to find it over here. Was that it? No, that wasn't it.
That wasn't it, but... No, actually, no. Go back up. Scroll back up. I actually want to see that move. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was pretty fun. Yep, nope. They were doing back and forth exchange here, and... Yep, another cool spot where Mortos hits like the pop-up Samoan drop, which is awesome.
Well, sorry about that.
No, you're fine, but keep going. Keep looking for it.
I'm still searching.
He's still looking for that whiff of an axe kick.
Is this it? Yep, here it is.
Oh, no!
Hang on a minute.
Oh!
Hang on a minute. All right, folks. I'm gonna show y'all in just a second. I have to prepare the screen for it. Give me 5 seconds, folks. I promise this stupidity is worth it. We found it.
Oh my god.
We found the botch.
Oh, Ricochet, why, buddy? Why?
Okay, give me a second.
That's not cool.
Here we go. Okay. Yeah, here we go, folks. Enjoy this.
Oh.
Let me just let that run one more time here.
Run more time.
And I figured out the reason why we couldn't find the post that Matthew of Botchamania actually had of this.
Why?
AEW is fucking taking clips down.
Ah, of course they are. They're sensitive pricks.
Yeah, no, come on, Aubrey. What the fuck? Over here, like, this guy at Lifer_WWE Hellboy Big Mood Season. Over here, yeah, he had to record the recording from his recording.
And he said, nah, what the fuck?
AEW
Ricochet, Dynamite. Just so you know, buddy, you gave up being the speed champion.
For this. Now, Ricochet, we will always respect you. We continue to want you to succeed. But motherfuck, man. Man, dude.
Like, the rest of the match was great, but that knocked it down by like 10%. And I'm being generous.
That's too generous.
All right, well, let's go over and get to the exciting segment, because this one actually got me excited for their eventual confrontation. We get an in-ring promo segment moderated by Tony Schiavone, where he talks to Hangman Adam Page.
So, Tony Schiavone being a microphone stand.
Well, let's get to it. So, Hangman Adam Page coming off victorious against Swerve Strickland in the Lights Out Steel Cage match from All Out. Hangman Adam Page got on the mic, and yeah, he feels satisfied that he finally slayed his demons. He finally slayed the demon inside the cage, that he beat Swerve Strickland. But there are still fans out there who are still chanting for Swerve Strickland despite all the bad shit that he has done, like terrorize his home, like terrorizing his child, and just making his life a living hell, And there's so many fans out there who love Swerve Strickland, and then Hangman Adam Page turns his attention to Tony Schiavone because Tony Schiavone was praising Swerve Strickland. And just when it looks like Hangman Adam Page was about to beat the shit out of Tony Schiavone in front of everybody, out comes the last outlaw, former WCW World Champion Jeff Jarrett,
King of the Mountain,
try to fight back Hangman Adam Page, but Hangman got the better of the exchange, and both these guys are brawling in the ring and brawling at ringside until security officials eventually made their way down to the ring to separate both guys. And then Jeff Jarrett gets on the mic, and first of all, he threatens Hangman Adam Page to stay the hell away and to not assault Tony Schiavone because he doesn't deserve it. And he says that somehow, somewhere, someplace, the last outlaw is gonna kick Hangman Adam Page's ass.
Okay, Jeff, look, with all due respect, where the fuck did this last outlaw thing come from?
Well, that's been his thing since 2020. Like since he's been carrying this last outlaw thing since joining AEW. Like, no, actually, first he made a splash at GCW and then AEW, and then it just stuck with him, like the last Outlaw.
No. JEWF JARREWT. What the fuck, man? I'm sorry. I get the ick when Jeff Jarrett's trying to name himself that specifically, only because I'm sorry, I can't see past him being Mr. King of the Mountain. The only way I can be a world champion is if I book myself into the match and book myself to win the fucking match. Like, I'm sorry, I can't see beyond King of the Mountain, Jeff Jarrett, over here. I can't. I just can't. Maybe it's the age thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm ageist. I don't fucking know. First off, secondly, Hangman, fucking cry me a river like your buddy Jungle Jackoff would say. Fuck off. You guys did the dumbest shit to each other. They had an unsanctioned steel cage match where you shoved an empty syringe into Swerve's mouth. It was empty. We checked on it last week and we found out it was an empty syringe. It didn't have any liquid or anything in it. I thought it was just like saline or whatever. Like listen, apparently fucking, like, when Jim Cornette and Brian Last were reviewing that match, Jim Cornette actually fucking brought up how everyone and their mother was shitting on him for booking that for booking a Ring of Honor that they would use fucking a rag with ether or chloroform or whatever to knock someone out and to knock them unconscious. But here we have an actual syringe that you could say, like, oh, that's a syringe. It's got like a sedative in it or whatever, so that he can't fight back anymore, or like a paralytic or some shit.
But it turns out there was nothing in there.
It was empty. What happens if you have emptiness in the syringe? What happens if you have nothing in a syringe and that syringe filled with nothing actually plunges into your bloodstream?
Well, you're the de facto clinical expert. You tell us.
I'll tell you, yes. If you actually, you'll end up pushing an air bubble in the bloodstream and causing the person to fucking die in real life. You couldn't spot for a bag of saline, Tony, to fucking fill the syringe with? No? Fucking morons.
That's dumber than Jungle Boy's, that Jack Perry's idea of smashing a fucking crowbar to a rental car.
Take a look in the chat over here.
No, smashing a lead pipe to a rental car. I'm sorry, but let's take a look at the chat. I like this segment because it added fire. It added fire to this rivalry, even though it's a short rivalry. And I know, and yeah, we have our difference of opinions about Jeff Jarrett, but I'm rooting for Jeff Jarrett.
I never once said that I hated Jeff Jarrett. I just said I can't see him
past
him being King of the Mountain.
But you know what? At least we're rooting against Hangman.
Yeah, true. Ricochet for TNT champion.
Whatever
that's worth. Storyline-wise, so weird that Tomohiro and Orange would be friends. One guy tries to be funny, the other guy is stone cold serious. Right? Bold of you to assume there's a storyline there, Vicente. Some have jobs, Tony Khan. Matanza, I don't know who Matanza is. Mil Murdered is the Undertaker of Lucha Underground. Yep, I remember that. Tony Khan is so rich, he hardly even knows the meaning of free. Oh, Black Taurus. Full circle moment. AEW is anime on crack. No, it's not. I've seen anime on crack. It's called Fully Cooley, and it's awesome. And it may be short, but it's sweet.
I love it.
I love fucking Fully Cooley. Sadly, the El Rey channel looks like they're not showing Lucha Underground episodes anymore. Back when Morrison and Taya Valkyrie were booked like the badasses they are.
No, dude, Lucha Underground folded years ago.
Carlito, yep. Doe, Petty, I feel sorry for Ricochet. Cringy Cowboy, TNA Goat. Ricochet for TNT title, maybe. Like I said, for whatever that's worth. Dang, Lucha Underground's the Black Taurus, I guess. Ospreay, Ricochet on AEW. Jeff Jarrett booking himself on top is nothing new. Jerry Lawler did it in USWA. Ian Rotten made himself IWA Mid-South Heavyweight Champion twice or 3 times. Oh no, we know that. I'm just like, like Jeff Jarrett's sadly notorious for that stuff.
It's hard to separate him from all the stuff in TNA.
Juancho asking Tony Khan to be more thought out about an empty syringe spot. Tony Khan, the same guy who let Matt Hardy keep wrestling minutes after headbutting concrete.
Yeah. Do you honestly expect Tony Khan to have a lick of common sense?
No.
Exactly.
Fully Cooley is comedy drama. You're damn right.
Yeah.
Dramedy.
Now, speaking of comedy, let's go into the very disappointing match of AEW Dynamite, one that we can sit back and laugh at, and it's a tag match, player.
Holla, holla.
Yep, and it's
yeah.
Thank you.
Just dance with Teddy. Just dance with Teddy.
Just dance with Teddy, man.
Just dance along. Holla, holla.
All right.
Player.
It is the team of...
Why aren't you dancing with him? It won't go until you dance with him. See, there you go. That's better.
The teams of Queen Aminata and Yuka Sakazaki versus the AEW Women's World Champion Mariah May and Serena Deeb. And I could give two fucking shits about this match because what? All right, let me explain why. First of all, this match was shorter than it needed to be.
This is a little harsh.
Well, let me explain. This match was shorter than it needed to be. There were no cool, awesome, memorable spots in this match. Serena Deeb looks like a fucking flavorless bag of Wonder Bread next to Mariah May.
Ow!
And
okay, and like, just for the record, Jose and I fucking respect the shit out of Serena Deeb. But
her program with Tony Storm really brings her down a couple notches.
So, like, what? She's like, fucking, what? She just, like, is she Lance Storm boring, or is she Mike Adamle boring?
Oh, she's somewhere in between.
Oh, no.
Anyway, and another thing that I really don't like is Yuka Sakazaki. She's back. She was gone due to injury, but she's back on AEW Dynamite TV. And in her first match back, it's a tag match, and Mariah May throws the match away in disqualification and puts a beat down on Yuka Sakazaki.
Excuse me?
Yes, I know what I said. I saw what I said.
Hold on, fucking what?
The magical anime Japanese Joshi girl lost, they won the match by disqualification, and Mariah May beat the shit out of Yuka Sakazaki in the middle of the ring with the women's world title.
You're kidding.
AEW, book the women's division better, please. Please. Book it better, you bastards.
Yeah.
You sons of bitches.
You mean Tony. Tony,
only one son of a bitch. You stupid, trust fund, socially awkward, no friends in your life idiot.
Sexless, coked out dweeb.
That too. My God. You make Richie Rich look like an awesome person to connect with.
Actually, Richie Rich is an awesome person because just because he's wealthy doesn't mean he still has a heart of gold and he still values people and values like actual like persons as opposed to his money.
Oh, and by the way, Tony Khan, I googled Time Cop. It was shit.
Yeah, sorry, Van Damme doesn't do it in that one.
But now let's go ahead and move on to my least favorite segment, and my God, I am trying really hard to tolerate it. If it weren't for Darby Allin making the save at the end, I would have crapped all over it. It's the segment with Jon Moxley and the Whitepool Combat Clan as they march through...
Thank you, Jose, for adopting what I gave you.
Yes, the WCK, as they march down through the crowd with him, along with Claudio Castagnoli and Marina Shafir, and the trio were jumped by Private Party, Mark Quinn and Isaiah Cassidy, but unfortunately the ambush was a mootless effort.
Was a moot point.
Was a moot point. The baddies were able to stop Private Party. Isaiah Cassidy is held down by Claudio and by Marina Shafir. Jon Moxley gets on the mic and says that 5 years ago is when you debuted in AEW, and 5 years later, you're in the same place you are now. I'm going to give you the gift of endurance, the gift of pain, and the gift of endurance, and then proceeds to smash Isaiah's left hand with a fucking hammer.
Wait, is that a regular hammer or is that a rubber mallet?
You take a look.
I can't tell from that. Hang on a minute over here.
I mean, it's not a big, giant, cartoonish...
No. A rubber mallet over here. Hold on. Jon Moxley...
Hammer?
No, you said, Isaiah.
Just type in private party.
Yeah. Private party.
Private party. Save yourself the trouble.
Yeah. Let me see if I can spot it somewhere over here.
Give you some friction.
Okay.
The gift of friction, the gift of pain, the gift of endurance.
No, okay, I see what it is. Hang on a minute.
And, yep, and he's about to strike it, and boom. Wait, did he strike it, or did he strike the thing? Motherfucker. Oh,
Don't fucking tell.
No, playback speed, slow motion.
Yeah, no, we're doing we're actually watching this backwards, folk, over here. Like, please pardon us.
We can't show it here because AEW will strike us down.
They will, because, Tony Khan's team are petty as shit like that.
All right, here we go.
Give me a
So,
second.
slow motion. John Moxley is cutting the promo. Isaiah's in agony. And Marina Shafir is just being Marina Shafir.
She's got him held by his ears.
And there's his hand. John Moxley goes in for the hammer. Brings the hammer down. And... What is it?
In front of his hand.
Right in front of his hand?
In front of his hand, not on his hand.
Oh, come on, man!
Of course.
Now, of course, to the eyes of the layman, they can't tell. But to us, dude, come on. You might as well just
And you know what? I see the hammer, by the way. That's not a regular hammer. That's a rubber mallet that they sprayed the mallet part gray.
Dude.
They painted the mallet part gray. It's a rubber fucking mallet!
Dude, if I want to see a cartoon object being used, I would watch Kane hit Vader over the head with a cartoon giant wrench.
At least when you had Kane electrify Shane McMahon's balls, you could believe that they're actually connected to something because the battery was right down there and the cables were right on the crotch of Shane McMahon. You don't have to actually believe that he's being electrocuted or there's electric current in his nuts, but you can still feasibly believe that.
Thankfully, Darby Allin...
What's actually thankful is the fact that swinging the hammer fast enough and smashing the light box hard enough makes it seem like he smashed, what's his face's,
Isaiah Cassidy.
Yeah, Isaiah Cassidy's hand with the hammer.
That being said, afterwards, Darby Allin was able to save Private Party, attacked Claudio Castagnoli, and attacked John Moxley with the skateboard. Both these guys both Moxley and Allin shared an in-ring intense stare down before Darby Allin chased off Moxley out of the ring, and he cut a fiery promo hyping up their match at Grand Slam.
Why?
Because they're wrestling for the number one contendership.
Oh!
Remember, I said that last week.
Yeah, no.
Remember the problem where we had too many number one?
Where we had too many fucking number one contenders.
All right, now do you want to hot tag this one?
No.
Okay.
This fucking cow. There's all I'm gonna say is the same shit that I said last time. This is stupid, and John Moxley's not gonna beat the neo-Nazi freaking gimmick anytime soon. Now that's what he gets for trying to do romper stomper like.
Yeah, seriously, Orlando Jordan's idea of an outlandish bisexual wrestler is more compelling than Moxley's gimmick.
And all it is just Orlando Jordan dressed up in Mardi Gras affair, rubbing himself with lotion. That was it. Yeah. That was it.
Exactly.
All right, you think we don't remember? The internet is forever, motherfuckers.
Moxley, you say that pro wrestlers don't need writers. Well, judging from what we saw from you, you might need a help.
You may not need a writer, but you need a fucking editor. In the chat, Tony Stark should leave AEW. No, should lead AEW. I wish. Let's see. Vicente, booking the women's division better in AEW equals bring in Kelly the pretty badass Klein. That'd be interesting. I see Moxley was almost living out the 1994 Cannibal Corpse song, Hammer Smash Face. Yeah, no, that sounds like something Moxley would try to refer to because he's an idiot like that.
And now let's go to the main event of AEW Dynamite. And it's a tag match. It's a six-man tag match.
Nope.
No. You're going to like the outcome. Because the Elite lose.
Nope.
Listen, the Young Bucks actually lose.
And
isn't that good?
I don't even want to see them on my screen! Fucking call the match!
Alright, it's a trios match featuring the AEW Continental Champion, Kazuchika Okada, and the AEW World Tag Team Champion, the Young Bucks, versus the AEW International Champion, Will Ospreay, Konosuke Takeshita, and Kyle Fletcher. Now, As to be expected, of course, the Young Bucks super kick their way into the match with a series of super kicks because that is the only move they spam. Seriously, it's like I play a game of Tekken, and when I play Jack, I just hit the same roundhouse kick button. Anyways, but we do get some cool moments during this match. Of course, the Young Bucks try to hit a double super kick on Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay was able to kick out after 2. We got some good in-ring tag team chemistry with Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher, 2 members who used to be part of the United Empire reunite. And they had really good chemistry. They had really good offenses against the Young Bucks. We even got a little bit of a tease of a fight between Kazuchika Okada and Will Ospreay. These 2 boys running it back from their rivalry in New Japan Pro Wrestling, which, of course, the wrestling nerds would know what they're talking about.
I mean the sickos!
Yeah, the sickos.
Like he likes to fucking call them because he's a fucking moron.
We got a brilliant spot where Kazuchika Okada tries to go in for a Rainmaker, but Konosuke Takeshita was able to counter it and turn it into a Blue Thunder Bomb, but was only able to get a 2 count from that. But that was really good, really awesome transition from the alpha of the Don Callis family. And after some more back and forth action between these guys, I'm just going to go straight to the finish. Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher hit an incredible tag team finishing move on Matt Jackson, who unfortunately is the man who eats the pin. And your winners, Will Ospreay, Konosuke Takeshita, and Kyle Fletcher.
Cool, is it over?
Yes, it's over.
Fucking fantastic.
Don't worry, the Elite lost.
I know, but I don't even want to deal with them.
All right.
Fucking morons.
I know.
Okay, so, all right, part of United Empire came back together. That's nice.
Yes.
And
of course, Will Ospreay is, of course, building up to his match against Ricochet on October 2nd of Dynamite. So that's going to be fun to watch. And there's not much else to say. Great, a good way to end Dynamite.
Yeah, I guess.
Now, before we get into this week's edition of TNA Impact, we do need to talk about their annual pay-per-view event, TNA's Victory Road, which happened on Friday, September 13th in San Antonio, Texas, the hometown of the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
Yay!
Yay! We're not canceling Shawn Michaels, right?
He kind of canceled himself a couple times, what with his back and, losing his smile and
just having a bad attitude.
Screw job and doing a bad attitude and making remarks to Sonny.
Also being a prick against Hulk Hogan.
Apparently also having a gigantic fetish for having Sonny put on a shitload of lipstick all over her lips, and that's what got him hard.
You know what?
I know.
We can forgive him. He's retired. He knows when to stay away from the ring. Thank goodness.
Thank God.
And he's the commissioner, and he's running NXT. He's spearheading this relationship with TNA.
Okay.
So, yeah, he's fine.
Just think stipulation on a Young Bucks match. Neither guy can use super kicks. Almost no match by the Young Bucks besides flips and dives. Heavy cringe.
Nah, bro. The Young Bucks would lose easily.
Yeah, no. If they're in that kind of fucking match, they would fucking just as soon get themselves disqualified so they could leave. Like, no, if I can't wrestle like I want to, then it ain't worth it or some stupid shit.
It don't work for me, brother.
That doesn't work for us, brothers, idiots.
Now,
with his assistant CM Punk, yeah, no, because what's his face, Shawn Michaels, and the big talk on the street is that Punk it might be the next head of NXT in the future.
I'd like to see that.
Fully Cooley versus Avatar.
Fully Cooley.
Yeah, Fully Cooley.
Now,
it may be short, but it's sweet. I mean, Bucks without super kicks would be like asking Tommy Dreamer versus Sandman in a technical match, very WTF moments.
It don't work.
It doesn't work.
Now, let's get to the main event of TNA's Victory Road. We're going to talk about it right now, and it's Nick Nemeth defending the TNA World title against Moose.
All right, the head of the system versus the most wanted man with the big gold on the line. Let's see how this turned out.
Hells yeah. It's once again another clash of David versus Goliath, big versus small. Nick Nemeth tries to out-wrestle Moose, and he actually does get a little bit of a flurry offense against Moose in the beginning of the match. But and these two boys eventually take their fight over at ringside. And Moose, of course, was able to turn things around and was able to put some hurting onto Nick Nemeth. And then Nick Nemeth was unfortunately at the receiving end of two power bombs. Moose powerbombed Nick Nemeth on the ring apron, and then Moose powerbombed Nick Nemeth again, but this time through the timekeeper's table at ringside.
Oh.
Yes, things are looking very dire for Nick Nemeth. Moose tries to. Moose also plants his super giant sit-out spinebuster from the top turnbuckle, which is pretty awesome. But Nick Nemeth was able to kick out after 2. And then Moose tries to go in for the spear. Nick Nemeth was able to counter it, and he was able to counter it and tries to go for a super kick. And then we get some ringside chicanery from Dirty Dango from JDC. JDC tries to interfere on behalf of Moose, but he gets chased out of the arena by Santana, Mike Santana, who's currently feuding with Moose and the system. And then afterwards, Nick Nemeth, he tries to go in for the pin again, hitting the super kick on Moose, but the referee was pulled away by Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers of the system. Like, more system screwiness at ringside, and a certain Texan isn't going to have any of it.
Ow.
Out comes the former WWE World Champion John Bradshaw Layfield.
Yay! What the fuck?
And he lays out Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers with the clothesline from hell.
Yay! What the fuck?
I know, it's so weird, right?
Yeah, okay, yeah, seriously. Okay, Bradshaw, what the shit?
Hey, I like it.
Okay, is he stalking Nick Nemeth here?
Maybe.
Because wasn't he in the Iron Man match against Josh Alexander there? And then
he showed up at the end, and then he whispered something into Nick
Nemeth's ear.
We don't know what it was.
Yeah, and we don't know what that was after. Like, what the fuck is? Are you like, yo, Bradshaw? Are you okay?
And then afterwards, in the
what the hell?
And the final seconds of the match, Nick Nemeth goes for another super kick onto Moose, and then finally lays him out with the Danger Zone to pin and retain. Your winner, and still the TNA World Champion, the Wanted Man, Nick Nemeth.
Goddamn. All right, congrats, Nicky. Nicely done. It's a good thing that Bradshaw's keeping the law in Texas, I guess. Is that what he's doing now?
I really don't know.
He thinks 20 years ago he could harass people who were crossing the border one time, and all of a sudden he thinks he's an actual sheriff?
Well, hey, listen. He's finally seen the error of his ways. People can change, Juan. Otherwise, WWE wouldn't get CM Punk back. Overall, great pay-per-view Victory Road. Mike Bailey won the X Division title back. Jordan Grace defended her Knockouts World title against Wendy Chu, her surprise opponent. The system, unfortunately, regained the TNA World Tag Team titles from ABC because, of course, they did. Everything else was pretty solid.
You forgot.
And Joe Hendry beat Josh Alexander by submission.
Ha! Yay!
Oh, and Masha Slamovich and Alicia Edwards unfortunately lost the Knockouts World Tag titles to Spitfire.
All right, so, and apparently Alicia Edwards took it out on Masha Slamovich, blamed her for all of it, even though Alicia Edwards is a shitheel, and so kicked her out of the system and replaced her with Tasha Steelz.
That's right, but Masha Slamovich's bitch tirade isn't over yet, because now we're going to transition over to tonight's edition of TNA Impact.
Which was on, like you said, tonight.
Which was tonight, and it's still continuing in San Antonio, Texas. Alicia Edwards is still on her bitch tirade about losing the Knockouts World title, and that's where we open the segment. Juan?
I'm on that. I'm on it. Chill. Wow, the fucking nerve of this woman. How dare she?
I know. There's Alicia Edwards.
What the fuck is that on her neck?
It's her neck brace.
Did Eddie Edwards finally put a dog collar on his bitch?
That's a neck brace.
Oh!
Wow, you're an asshole, dude.
Yeah, I'm being an asshole.
So Alicia Edwards
about it.
Anyway, so Alicia Edwards gets on the mic and she's mad. She's mad that Masha Slamovich lost the Knockouts the tag team titles and that she's no longer champion and that Masha Slamovich dropped the ball and she's no longer a part of the system and that she got what she deserved at Victory Road. And that she's not, and she keeps bitching and bitching and bitching, and having heard enough, Masha Slamovich gets down to the ring. And to the surprise of many fans watching, including myself, Masha Slamovich got on the mic, and she tore down Alicia Edwards in English. For the longest time, since debuting in TNA a few years ago, we have not heard a lick of English from Masha Slamovich until now.
Yeah, no, every single time there was any sort of promo involved, even when she was... Who was she paired off with in that weird, crazy sexual tension tag team or whatever?
Killer Kelly.
Killer Kelly, yeah, there we go. Yeah, both of them, like, she wasn't doing any talking in English at all. Her shit was all in Russian with subtitles and shit.
Exactly.
So, yeah, no, color of surprise.
Yep, nope. Masha Slamovich has had enough of Alicia Edwards' bullshit. The fans had enough of her, and she's had enough of her. And just as she was about to go put a hurting on Alicia Edwards, out comes Tasha Steelz, and Tasha Steelz joins it, and then Jordynne Grace, the Knockouts World Champion, joins in the fray, and it's 2-on-2. And then everything gets convoluted, because then comes the System, and then comes the Hardy Boys, and finally, to break up this nonsense, we get the incredible Authority pairing to a father and child uniting on TV for the first time in televised wrestling history. The TNA Director of Authority, Santino Marella, and his daughter, Miss NXT, Ariana Grace.
Oh my god.
The prophecy has been fulfilled, Juan!
What prophecy?!
The father...
Is this the same prophecy from Sonic Underground?! Huh? What fucking prophecy are you talking about? What bullshit are you babbling about, you silly man?
Everything comes full circle, Juan. This was the big payoff. Father and daughter running wrestling together. Don't you love it? It's beautiful.
Only as long as Santino isn't trying to scare Ariana with the boogeyman, because he'll fucking fail at that.
That being said, Santino Marella, he got on the mic and he declared that in the main event for TNA Impact, there will be an 8-person tag match. A 6-person tag match with the Hardy Boys teaming up with Masha Slamovich to take on Eddie Edwards, Brian Myers, and Tasha Steelz. And Ariana Grace mentioned that on next week's edition of TNA Impact, Ariana Grace has another surprise opponent who will challenge Jordynne Grace for the TNA Knockouts World Title.
Shit.
Oh, shit indeed. And it's so fun. Look at these two. Aren't they a sight to see?
Well, one of them is.
Careful, Wancho. He may be a comedy act, but Santino Marella can still kick your ass. Don't make him pull out the Cobra.
Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? He may be a professional wrestler, formerly trained and all that shit, but his ass is old.
All right.
I could take his old ass. I'd rather take his daughter's ass, but that's a different story. In the chat, let me take a look over here. Vicente Guerrero, considering how 10 out of 10 hot Sunny was, Sean can have his lipstick fetish with Tammy smearing that stuff on herself. Fun to see Bradshaw in TNA as maybe an advisor for Nick. CM Punk paid the ultimate tribute to Eddie Guerrero once, saying, I thought I was a good wrestler until I got in the ring with Eddie Guerrero. And yeah, I remember him saying afterwards, he said that, and then I realized, oh boy, did I suck. Masha Slamovich speaking English on TV was a great touch. I heard her speak English, though, with Chris Van Vliet. And Santino had a few MMA fights. Yeah, he had a few.
Yeah, dude, he'll knock you out!
He could try.
Anyways, now let's get to the exciting match of TNA Impact, and it is a Texas death match as JDC goes one-on-one against Mike Santana. No disqualification, no pinfalls, no submissions, weapons legal. The only way to win is to be the last man standing after the count of 10.
Lazy booking.
Stop it.
No. I mean, think about it. This would be exactly the kind of wrestling match that Dirty Dango here would love, because there's no wrestling in it. Get it?
Oh my god.
You'd think this would be right up his alley. You'd think this would be something that he would be beside himself in joy and elation over. So how badly was he trying to chicken shit out of it?
Surprisingly he wasn't. These two guys actually had a brutal fight.
They has fight?
They has fight, and
cool.
It was very brutal. Like, Santana and JDC were laying into each other with lots of weapons. They brought in garbage cans, kendo sticks, steel chairs. We got some really cool spots. Mike Santana was putting the hurt on JDC on the turnbuckle. JDC was able to counter and powerbomb Santana through two steel chairs that were folded up, and you know what I'm talking about, right?
Wait, what happened with the steel chairs?
The steel chairs were propped up. They were positioned. Opened. Yeah, two open steel chairs, and JDC powerbombed Santana through them.
Ow.
Yes. And then JDC grabbed the garbage can, put Santana inside, and then whacked him around with the freaking kendo stick.
Ow.
Ow, indeed. The punishment continued, and Mike Santana is the first person to get busted open. He's bleeding all over the place. But Mike Santana was able to turn the fight around and pull out a freaking barbed-wired baseball bat and busted open JDC during the fight.
See, that is understandable with it being a death match. That kind of stuff makes sense. Okay? Like, yeah, making a barbed wire bat or a barbed wire 2x4, at least that shit makes sense. When you had those digital media championship matches, you remember where they had like
the dot combat match?
Yeah, the dot combat
I
matches.
liked it. That was silly.
Those were silly, but they were fitting within the theme, so that made sense. A syringe in the mouth, though!
Yeah, no, that was stupid. That was excessive. That was unnecessary. But getting back to it, so the fight continues on at ringside. They eventually take the fight over to the entrance ramp, and Mike Santana brings out a ladder and puts JDC on top of a table. Mike Santana climbs up the ladder. He goes for a top rope frog splash from the top of the ladder, colliding through JDC through the table. And both men are out. Mike Santana is worn out. JDC is bleeding buckets from his head. Mike Santana, of course, was the last person to answer the 10 count to win the Texas Death Match. Your winner, Mike Santana.
Yay!
And you know what? Let's give credit where credit is due. JDC put up a great fight. He was bleeding. He bled like a stuffed pig, and he deserves credit for his end.
Yay! Yeah, he bled like a bitch.
Good, of course, Mike Santana's victory was cut short because Moose attacks Santana from behind and lays out a barrage of chair shots onto Santana's back, laying him out.
God damn.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, man.
I liked it. It was I love this death match. It was great. Of course, I love hardcore wrestling, so that's my thing.
Lazy Bikini.
Stop it.
Make me.
Oh my god. By the way, one more thing I wanted to point out. That just got me randomly reminded that one spot in AEW Dynamite before the show closed off where Eddie Kingston grabbed Jericho, threw him out of the ring, and Jericho just landed onto a fucking bed full of barbed wire. And I saw video footage of after Dynamite went off the air where the referees and officials were trying to get Chris Jericho out of the barbed wire, and he was like riding a band like, ah!
Moron.
Yeah, he is kind of stupid. He is very stupid. Anyways, but enough about that. Now let's get to the exciting segment of the night. Because speaking of Victory Road, coming fresh out of his submission victory over Josh Alexander, we hear from...
Say his name
and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.
'Cause we love in London, in Paris, in Tokyo, America, Scotland, and Canada, and Mexico.
They sing, I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. That's right. We get an in-ring promo segment from none other than Joe Hendry, who's riding high off his victory at Victory Road. Joe Hendry has mentioned how that match put him over and how he's riding high in his popularity and how the fans helped lift him up to the top. and how his goal since debuting in TNA has not changed. Joe Hendry now set his sights on the TNA World Championship.
I believe in Joe Hendry, and Joe Hendry is the prestigious one. Yay! So apparently, who was it? Frankie Kazarian fucking interrupting him though.
Frankie Kazarian then cuts off the proceedings, and then he interrupts him, calling him the flavor of the week, and he says that he doesn't have a chance of becoming TNA World Champion, and he calls out the World Champion himself, and then out comes Nick Nemeth. And Nick Nemeth cuts down Frankie Kazarian, first making fun of him wearing his sunglasses indoors. Ha! Frankie, you don't get to do that. Only I do on Saturday nights.
Ha!
And then he, of course, and he has a nice moment where he shakes Joe Hendry's hand and he's paying attention to him. And it was awesome. It was a good promo segment between the three guys. And then Santino Marella shows up to lay down the law yet again. On next week's edition of TNA Impact, Frankie Kazarian will go one-on-one against Joe Hendry. The winner will challenge Nick Nemeth for the TNA World title at Bound for Glory.
Yay! So next week, a number one contenders match. Yay!
Hells yeah!
And I like that Santino was legitimately saying, like, listen, I want to keep the show rolling because we got plenty more action to get to, so I'm going to nip this in the bud right now before it gets any worse.
Well, yeah, it's called total non-stop action. We don't stop for anybody, not even for a putz wearing sunglasses.
Indoors.
Exactly. Am I right, Juan? See, I could do that because I could get away with it. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the... what? Is there something you'd like to say? No, Tip-Tap? No words from you? Okay, then. I think everything's going to be fine. We're going to go ahead and move on with the review. And it looks like Juan has nothing...
You idiot!
Oh, shit.
If I didn't fucking say it, that means because they fucking ought to be obvious, you dope! You got no room to call anybody out for wearing sunglasses indoors. You fucking do it every single Saturday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on every episode of the Ravens Flock.
Well, yeah, of course.
And it's silly! I don't get it! It makes no sense! Fuck!
All right, let's get to the match of the night. And it's a tag match. The team of first...
good God.
Yep, the team of First Class, Casey Navarro and AJ Francis versus the team of Sinner and Saint. This tag team is fresh from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and they're apparently they apparently were part of TNA Wrestling for a while ago. I'm not entirely sure of their history, but the point is this match was pretty average. There's nothing really spectacular to talk about. Nothing big or gargantuan stood out in this tag match. First Class was able to get the win after AJ Francis hits one of the guys with the down payment, and Casey Navarro follows it up with a frog splash to win for the heel tag team. So, you know what? It was whatever. It was there. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, let's get First Class out of here.
Yeah, let's get First Class out of here. Now, thankfully, the good news is there were no bad segments on TNA Impact. Everything was hitting all cylinders for the night. But I do want to make one personal shout out to, and speaking of Killer Kelly, kudos to her. She's having a baby that's on the way. And that's why she's been out of the ring for some time.
Yay!
She's going to be a mom!
Yay!
Hells yeah, she's awesome. But now let's get to the main event. The main event that was set up by Santino Marella and Ariana Grace. The 6-person tag match with the Hardys teaming up with Masha Slamovich to go up against Eddie Edwards, Brian Myers, and Tasha Steelz. And let me tell you folks, I'm going to say this one more time. Even though I'm happily subscribed to TNA Plus, it is really fucked up that I am not able to grab any screenshots from their live streams. Yeah, I get it. They gotta protect. I got it. They have to do. It's for security purposes, liability purposes.
We understand. That doesn't mean we like it.
Exactly. That being said, well, before we get to the match, I actually want to share two awesome moments that happened on TNA Impact. Awesome moment number one is on Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy paying homage to the late Bray Wyatt by sporting the face paint in tribute to the Fiend character, which I thought that was very nice.
That's very nice of him. Okay, yeah, that's very nice. Yeah, I won't knock him on that.
Exactly. And the second part is that in an earlier backstage segment, Masha Slamovich mentioned how she was a diehard fan, how she's a diehard fan of the Hardy Boys, and she shared a picture of herself when she was a little girl, and she met the Hardy Boys for the first time. That's her with Matt Hardy.
Isn't that so sweet? Young little Masha before she became a murder machine. Isn't that wonderful?
That's
very
so
nice. Beautiful. That's so nice. Where's Jeff?
Oh, I guess Jeff wasn't in the picture. I don't know. Maybe this was back in a time when Jeff Hardy was not with the company. I don't know, man. It's so weird.
Yeah, no, that's a little weird.
But that being said...
Yeah, no, but seriously, that's very sweet of them. And now she gets to team with them. And let's take a look in the chat real quick. JDC Mike Santana Texas Deathmatch was the kind of thing that would get Sami Callihan pissed off, screaming backstage, "That should be me bleeding!" Yeah, it probably was. Mr. Quake, yes, Santino won in small MMA organizations, so did Alberto Del Bastard. Difference is Punk fought in one of the top feds right away. Mistake, but Punk was okay for 5 minutes in the match versus Mike Jackson. Congrats to Killer Kelly. Wonder if her kid will be as badass like her. Yeah, well, here's hoping. And yeah, congratulations to Killer Kelly.
Yeah, exactly. That being said, let's not knock on CM Punk's MMA career, because even here acknowledged that he
sucked.
That he sucked. All right. So
like we get it, but that's low-hanging fruit at this point.
Exactly.
Okay, so
now we get some really cool moments during this tag match. The Hardy Boys get the early momentum during this main event match, and we get some great moments where Masha Slamovich did some collaboration with the Hardys.
She got to delete.
The Hardy Boys hit their poetry motion against the guys, against Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers, and then it was Masha Slamovich's turn to hit the poetry motion on Tasha Steelz.
Yay!
In fact, I even got a picture of it.
Okay,
it's not a pretty one, but there's a picture of her hitting the poetry in motion on Tasha Steelz.
Yeah, no, poetry in motions is like a side, like freaking hitting them with your hip. That's just like a crossbody.
Yeah, because Jeff Hardy is toning it down a little bit because
No, that's Masha.
I know, but Jeff Hardy's been doing it the same way too, because he's not 20 years younger anymore.
I know, but Masha is. He's like one would assume that she could probably hit the OG for poetry motion the way you're supposed to.
I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, okay,
but it works.
Get it how you live, I guess.
Get it how you live. Then Masha Slamovich went to the top rope and hit an incredible swanton bomb onto the system at ringside, and yeah. The Hardys were dominating early on, but then the system were able to turn things around. Jeff Hardy was being kept away from Matt Hardy and Tasha Steelz, and it was 3-on-1 against the energetic, enigma person. And Tasha Steelz, adding insult to injury, does the Hardy chant and does the booty pop next to Jeff Hardy. Rude.
Really? Like you're like, wow, no. Listen. If Jeff were on his usual battery of drugs right now, he'd be very upset.
Candy break. Keep talking.
But no, candy break. I was over here making a drug overdose joke. Fucking go. No, bad timing. No, I can't. The joke is over. The moment's gone, Jose. The moment's gone. All right, it's gone. It's gone. All right, keep going.
I'm sorry, this is yummy candy.
Fucking dope.
Anyways, so Jeff Hardy is struggling. Jeff Hardy is outnumbered, and he's being overpowered by 3 people, or rather 2.5 if you count Tasha Steelz.
Well, she's still a person, is a shit.
I know. But thankfully, Jeff Hardy was able to get the hot tag onto Matt Hardy. This was a part. This is one of the parts where Jeff Hardy was kept away from Matt Hardy because,
you've got Brian Myers over here, like, oh hey, by the way, fuck you, haha.
Exactly, being an asshole. Eventually, Matt gets the hot tag. Matt lays out Brian Myers and freaking Eddie Edwards. He slams the head of Brian Myers against the turnbuckle 10 times. He does a side effect, And he looks like he's going in for the twist of fate, but that was countered. And we get some more shenanigans from Alicia Edwards at ringside. And the ref the ref has had enough of that shit, and he ejects that bitch. She ejects that bitch out of here.
Yep, and what's her face? Alicia Edwards was dawdling, taking her time to try to leave. Like, no, you can't make me leave here. I won't do it. But yeah, I'm leaving, but I'll leave at my pace. I'll do what I want. You can't make me. I'm part of the system. Until
Alicia Edwards escorted her ass out of here.
And, like, they literally lift her up from her arms, and she's hollering, kicking, and screaming while they have her up in the air like that. That was just priceless and stupid.
It's like
I loved it.
It's like watching Angelica Pickles
from Rugrats.
It's like watching Angelica Pickles from Rugrats throwing a fit and complaining and flailing when her dad is taking.
Stupid dumb babies! I'm part of the system.
Nope.
Ha. Anyways, so the Hardys and Masha gain their momentum back. Matt Hardy hits the twist of fate. Jeff Hardy goes over to the top rope and hits the Swanton Bomb to pin and win for the team. Your winners, the Hardy Boys and Masha Slamovich. And there's a picture of Masha hugging it out with Jeff Hardy celebrating the win as TNA Impact closes off.
Yay! She got to live her childhood dream. Team with the Hardys. And Jeff can probably remember it.
Probably.
Yay.
All right. Now, Juan, ring that bell.
Don't mind if I do.
So, final thoughts on this week's edition of TNA Impact, the falling out from Victory Road. A solid show, in all fairness. I love the collaboration between Ariana Grace and Santino Marella. I got to see a little bit of it from another clip, and it was nice to see them share the screen for the first time, which is awesome. The matches were pretty good, too. I love the Texas Death Match. The fucking weapons are awesome. The barbed wire bat, I popped for that one because, fuck yeah, it's a barbed wire weapon.
You brought up that there was a match between Rhino and Matt Cardona.
Oh, yeah. That match ended in disqualification because Matt Cardona brought in a chair and he's like, fuck it. And then he was chased out by PCO.
Fucking asshole.
Yeah.
The nerve of him. The nerve of the indie god, the Deathmatch King. How dare he?
Now, of course, First Class is still trying to... mid, and they
they are mid.
They are less than mid, especially with Rich Swann being suspended, and that just leaves a weird void in this Wish.com Primetime Players tag team.
Ow, that's an insult to both the Primetime Players and Wish.com.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me try it again. Wish.com version of Hit Row.
That's still an insult to both Hit Row and Wish.com.
Oh my god.
Jeff saw that ass shake by Toss of Steels and thought, I'm hungry.
But the main event was awesome.
The
main event was fantastic, and it was so great seeing the Hardy Boys win and Masha Slamovich getting to team up with her child heroes.
Yay.
That was nice. Now this week's edition of AEW Dynamite, of course, they're building up to the Grand Slam, and they're building up to their 5-year anniversary, which is going to be a huge milestone for the company. Good for them. Ricochet had a good solid match against Mortos.
Yeah, he really pounded that mat.
Yeah, I was going to say, axe kick missing notwithstanding, of course.
Like, seriously? Like, listen.
How
it's
do you
one thing.
miss an
Listen,
axe
okay.
kick?
No. That's not even what I'm pissed off about. I'm actually pissed off about fucking AEW copyright striking and taking down anyone who grabbed a clip of that and directly put that clip up.
Like, guys, it ain't that deep, bro.
It ain't that deep, Aubrey. We know you're the one running the social media team.
See,
goddamn woman.
See, this is why Jessica Carr's a better referee and you're not.
Exactly.
That being said, the segments were fun. I liked the segment with Jeff Jarrett and Hangman Adam Page. The Jon Moxley segment with Private Party, not so much.
Yeah, he's never going to beat the racism allegations now.
And, of course, the main event 6-man tag match was pretty cool. I love seeing Will Ospreay reuniting with Kyle Fletcher. And that was
Who else was in United Kingdom?
The United Empire.
I meant United Empire.
Jeff Cobb, Great O'Khan, TJP, Mark Davis.
Are any of those guys also in AEW?
No.
You'd imagine that Tony Khan, being the spend-happy freak he is, would have bought them all out, but no.
No. TJP.
Listen, Axe Kick and Booker T sheds a tear. Thank you for that.
No. TJP, TJP, Great O'Khan, and Jeff Cobb are still in New Japan, and Mark Davis is out with an injury.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yes. That being said, everything else was all right. I didn't like the women's tag match because I thought it was a disservice to to Yuka Sakazaki, and no, I just didn't like it.
And even Queen Aminata?
And I like Queen Aminata. I saw her matches in Ring of Honor.
Yeah,
She's
she
solid.
saved Naboo. What the fuck, man?
That's Queen.
I know what I said. I'm the Star Wars nerd around here, not you.
Okay, then. Now, this week's edition of WWE's NXT was also very good. Of course, the main theme, getting Ethan Page and Trick Williams to sign the damn contract! Which they did eventually, thanks to a little help from a basketball player that nobody liked.
Also, wasn't there a segment with the remaining members of Chase U, like a backstage promo package?
Oh yeah, how they're reminiscing that that
they
they're
believed in Ridge Holland.
They believed in Ridge Holland. Yeah, fuck that shit. I don't even want to give it the attention because fuck Ridge Holland.
Fuck Ridge Holland.
But no, everything else was pretty good. Of course, my favorite, is the women's tag match because fuck yeah.
Was there anything else in there? No. What's his face? Tony D'Angelo.
Tony D'Angelo had a match, if you want to call it that. He had a match against Alex Hammerstone.
Wait, how could you admit that, Jose? Tony, I could have popped it.
Actually, no. You know what? No. Let's bring it up right now as a last-minute weird segment because I want to talk about it. Oh my god, I can't believe I nearly forgot about it. Thank you,
Jose, we have no choice.
All right. So ring that bell again. Just this one time. We're making an exception. There was a segment. I don't have any images, unfortunately, but there was a segment featuring Tony D'Angelo and Adriana Rizzo backstage. So, following Tony D'Angelo walking out on his match against Hammerstone, and Hammerstone winning by countout.
Oh, he walked out?
Yes.
You mean to tell me, okay, Tony D'Angelo, Boppity Boopy, the paisano, the don of the head of the family, the man who brings in the bread, the gabagools, he fucking quit the match?
Yes, and what they did, I kid you not, this shit was beat for beat a ripoff of the one scene from Rocky 3 where Adrian gives Rocky an intervention in the beach.
$10 says CM Punk had no idea what they were talking about.
But no, Adriana Rizzo did it beat for beat. The whole fucking thing, the whole scene of Adrian and Rocky admitting that he's afraid.
I'm afraid! Alright, I'm afraid!
And Adriana Rizzo trying to toughen him up, and Tony D'Angelo saying, "Oh, how did you get so tough?" She's like, "Oh, I grew up with fighters." Thankfully, they did not kiss. That would have been awkward.
That would have been so awkward and weird. That would have been so fucking weird.
Like, really? You're gonna go with the Rocky 3 thing, WWE?
I was like, that's because they can actually get away with doing a Rocky 3 thing with people actually understanding it's a Rocky 3 thing. We're not trying to come off smart and like, oh, hey, I know this because I know. Like, if you're gonna make a reference, fucking make the reference, own it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, like, the thing is, Moxley's trying to do that and failing miserably with Romper Stopper, because, like, why the fuck would you want to own being a racist?
Yeah. Now, thankfully, thank you, Wancha. Holy crap, I almost forgot about that, and thank you for saving me.
All right.
Now ring that bell.
Okay.
The rest of NXT was awesome.
There we go.
All right. Now, I don't have any announcements for tonight, so Juan, plug us away.
Okay, I guess that's it. We're done?
Yeah, we're done.
All right, we don't have anything else. Okay. All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everybody in between, thank you very much for watching this week's live stream edition of Wrestle Rewind, hosted by Jose as he reviews for you the best and the worst of 3 of the most exciting professional wrestling programs in North America today: WWE's NXT, AEW Dynamite, and TNA Impact. Step into the ring every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, simulcasting on YouTube and Kick. Hit the subscribe or the follow button, ring the notification bell to stay up to date on all of our content. Become an interflocker by hitting the join button, and until next time, continue to follow us on Facebook.com/TheRavensFlock, Twitter.com/RavensFlock13, Instagram.com/TheRavensFlockOnline, Kick.com/TheRavensFlock, and of course, remember to hit the subscribe button and ring that tiny little notification bell right here on our flagship platform, YouTube.com/TheRavensFlock, humble home of the Black Files, Los Amigos Play, Wrestle Rewind, and The Ravens Flock.
All right, folks, thank you very much for tuning in to another exciting edition of Wrestle Rewind. For Mr. Juan Arouse, I'm Jose Casabona, and this is Wrestling.